I would like to welcome everyone to the Money Merge Account Program orientation presented by United First Financial. This is Mac Saunders, National Sales Director for United First Financial. Albert Einstein made a very acute observation when he said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And I'm sure many of you can relate to how we dig ourselves into a financial hole, unexpected expenses, impulse buying, and situations we could not foresee allow us to dig that hole deeper and deeper. But Albert Einstein made a second observation, which I think is equally as important, and that is, we cannot solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. The information and knowledge we've acquired is not enough to get us back out of that hole. What we need when we get ourselves into a situation like this, especially when trying to navigate today's financial landscape, is new thinking. We need some common sense thinking. We need a paradigm shift, and more importantly, we need tools, we need options, and we need solutions. The good news, it's not too late to track a new course with United First Financial. United First Financial, with the Money Merge Account system, would like to offer what we call a financial GPS to get you on a path to debt elimination and wealth building. Once information has been loaded into a GPS system, it shows the user some of the quickest ways to get from point A to point B. The GPS does not give an opinion. It displays the results based on fact. The Money Merge Account system does the same thing with debt elimination. Once our client's accurate information has been input into the Money Merge Account system, the Money Merge Account software will respond by showing our client some of the quickest ways to debt elimination, some of the quickest ways to zero. No emotion, no opinion, just hard calculated fact. The 25th anniversary edition of Forbes magazine interviewed the 400 richest people in America. The Forbes 400 were asked in a recent survey, what is the most important key to building wealth? And 75% of those interviewed said becoming and staying debt-free is the number one key to building wealth. Who is United First Financial? In 1997, Accelerated Equity and Development was founded in the Salt Lake City, Utah area and became one of the fastest growing mortgage brokerages in a 3-year period. But the owners saw a recurring situation. Their clients kept coming back every 3 to 5 years to refinance in an attempt to pay off debt that they had accumulated, secured debt, unsecured debt, and to try to get themselves back on their track with a payment that was manageable. They were trying to dig themselves out of the hole they had created from unmanaged debt. But what they were actually doing was digging that hole deeper, tacking more interest right back onto the loan that they had made some degree of headway on. And that is where we are today. If we feel we can afford the payment, we feel that we can afford the purchase. But basically, what most of the clients were doing was using their homes like an ATM machine. Although business for Accelerated Equity and Development was very good, the owners realized they needed to seek a solution. And in seeking that solution, they developed the Money Merge Account program. In 2005, the Money Merge Account program was launched and test marketed in Denver, Colorado with astounding results. This led to the owners to found United First Financial in 2006. In just 24 months, UFirst grew from 10 agents to tens of thousands of agents, affecting tens of thousands of consumers' financial situations and inevitably their lives. The owners and founders of United First Financial are Don Jorgensen, Skylar Whitman, Jonathan Bonnet, Matt Lovelady, and John Washenko. They are recipients of the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2008 Award in Financial Services for the Utah region. Ernst & Young just doesn't look at a product and a company and say, wow, that's a nice idea. Let's give them an award for that. What Ernst & Young does is very intensive due diligence. They look at the financials of the company. They look at the longevity potential of the company. They look at customer retention. They look at the product itself for its viability in the marketplace. They want to know that the companies that they look at, that they give this award to, have staying power in the marketplace, that they are not just a flash in the pan, that they are established with a good, strong business model to protect future longevity and future impact on consumers. After doing all of that research and due diligence, Ernst & Young realized that these 5 gentlemen fit their criteria and awarded them the Entrepreneur of the Year 2008 award for the Utah region. Let's also see what some of the industry experts have to say. The company has been featured in Mortgage Planner magazine and Broker Banker magazine. We've been featured in True Wealth and Personal Real Estate Investor, in which we received the Editor's Choice Award. These magazines are the industry standards, leaders in the mortgage and investment arenas. People look to these magazines for their information for what is new, what is working, and what is viable in the marketplace. And these editors and writers found it necessary to bring United First Financial and the Money Merge Account program to their subscribers and their readers to let them know the kind of impact we are having on consumers, not only in the United States, but Canada as well. Conventional banking wisdom says if I'm dealing with debt, whether that be mortgage debt, unsecured debt, or secured debt, debt of any kind, there are only a certain number of ways that I can pay that debt down quicker, save myself time, and save myself money. One of those methods is to refinance my debts to a lower interest rate. A second is to apply more money to principal to speed up the process, which requires the discipline to follow through. Third is to do a debt consolidation, which typically tacks on more interest in the long run. The problem here is that many of us lack either the resources or the know-how in order to navigate these options accurately. The Money Merge Account program would like to show you how to facilitate an accelerated payoff and eliminate thousands of dollars of debt with little to no alteration to one's current standard of living, with no refinancing of one's primary mortgage necessary, and with no debt consolidation necessary. Now, we find that some of our clients who get on board with United First Financial and the Money Merge Account program will seek the advice of brokers or lenders and may go forward with refinancing their primary mortgage, or they may go forward with a debt consolidation. But we want to make it very clear that it is not necessary to do any refinancing of one's primary mortgage or to perform any type of debt consolidation to qualify for the Money Merge Account program. What the Money Merge Account program does for the client is to say, if this is what your current situation is today, let us show you what we can do for you tomorrow. There are 4 basic strategies or core principles that drive the Money Merge Account program. I would like to explain in depth how these integrate in order to create the dynamic power of the Money Merge Account program. The first is the concept of interest cancellation. Second is strategic payoff. Third is time value of money. And fourth is the Money Merge Account software, coaching, and education system.